What is up, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix, and the trailer for Final Fantasy 16, the third trailer that is, it has dropped, and I'm really excited. It looks really cool. Everything that I saw in the trailer just really has me hyped. And for the longest time, we are getting a epic fantasy Final Fantasy. See what I did there? Epic fantasy Final Fantasy. Some people call it high fantasy, right? So if you guys ever read an epic fantasy novel, like that's basically what this is. Okay, there's not gonna be any machines. There's not gonna be any like guns, no cell phones, no people talking on a cell phone, cars, motorcycles, flying aircrafts and stuff like that. This is pure epic freaking fantasy, and I am so freaking hyped, man. And after watching the trailer, after everything else on the trailer, I'm really starting to think that this could have one of the best stories yet. That is right. I mean, it's a really bold claim, despite of the fact that the game has not come out yet. But this could be one of the best stories yet, for the simple fact that it looks like this was very Game of Thrones inspired. I don't know if they took inspiration from Berserk, Game of Thrones, or some other dark fantasy. But it gives you that Game of Thrones vibe. It's just very dark fantasy, and you kind of see it with the houses, the kingdoms, House Baratheon, House Tyrell, House Lannister, House Stark. You guys get the point, right? So, and the reason why I say that this could have one of the best Final Fantasy stories yet is because recent Final Fantasy titles have had really bad stories. Well, I wouldn't say really bad, but look, let's go back to Final Fantasy 15. Okay, Final Fantasy 15 is a boy band going on a road trip. That story was not very impactful. Like, that story was not, like, the most touching story. Like, that game was fun, but it was not very memorable. Like, it didn't stay in the hearts of the gamers, in the hearts of the people. You understand? Right? In the hearts of the RPG fanatics. And then we have Final Fantasy 13. The story of Final Fantasy 13 was also not very impactful. However, people did like the design of Lightning. Lightning was a cool character. People liked her. I like Lightning. But honestly, Lightning was kind of like a clone of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy 7. Tetsuya Nomura even admitted that he kind of, basically turned her into like a female Cloud. And then we have Final Fantasy 12. Now, I've said it before and I said it again. Nobody cares about Final Fantasy 12, okay? When was the last time you heard anybody talking about Final Fantasy 12? You know what? I'll wait.
3 hours later.
You see? No one cares about that game. Final Fantasy 12 is not a memorable game because it kind of sucked. Nobody really cares for it. It didn't do very well, right? So the last really good Final Fantasy games and stories that we had is Final Fantasy X, right? With Titus and Yuna laughing it out. And Final Fantasy 7 and 8, right? After Final Fantasy X, a lot of the other Final Fantasy stories just sucked, right? So, it seems that Final Fantasy 16, they've really taken inspiration from Game of Thrones. And the previous Final Fantasy games have been more like science fantasy when it comes to, with modern things like cars and cell phones, but still have magic, right? And Final Fantasy 16 is straight up epic fantasy, magic, swordplay, and summons, right? And it looks like the summons are going to play a big part in this game. So this is why I'm so excited for this game. Like, anything that's related to Game of Thrones. Well, I mean, if you read the books, but if you watch the series, we all know how Season 8 turned out. All right, let me rephrase that. Final Fantasy 16 is basically going to be Square Enix Game of Thrones without Season 8. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, man, this game is looking great. This game is looking cool. We got the only thing about this game is that I'm so used to Final Fantasies having like a team, like Final Fantasy games are known for having a team, like, you know, a team of 2, 3 characters, right? Or 4, if you're in Final Fantasy 9, 4 characters. But this one is only going to have, you know, looks like Clive Rossfield is going to be our main man in this story. But hey, you know what? I'm down for a one-player game. I'm down for some really cool medieval adventure. But whatever your thoughts are, guys, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for future notifications. Thank you guys for watching and listening. This is your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed. Yeah.